Dean, please wait, so that when I just call your name, please wait. Mr. Dean George's son, Gary George, and his wife, Robin. His grandson, Mr. Carl George. His granddaughter, Mrs. Erin Bridges. His granddaughter, Mrs. Julie Swope, and her husband, Patrick. His granddaughter, Miss Megan Sims, and her husband, Brandon. Our superintendent of schools, Dr. Jim Rollins. Our deputy superintendent, Dr. Jared Cleveland. Our assistant superintendent for teaching and learning, pre-K 5, Dr. Kathy Rollins. Our assistant superintendent for teaching and learning, 6-12, Dr. Marcia Smith. Our school board president, Mr. Randy Hutchinson. Mr. Hutchinson had about 12 years here at George Elementary because all three of his boys came through George from kindergarten to 5th grade. And so he served on our board for many, many years. Our Mrs. Kathy McPherson from our school board. Welcome also to our family literacy parents, and welcome to our parents, all our parents. Also to our partners in education, the Lynn family, Heather and Jason Lynn. Welcome to my fellow administrators and former administrators and teachers of George Elementary School. I'd like to also recognize my assistant Principal Beth Carter, who's by my side each and every day and helps me lead. Also, a great big welcome to my fabulous faculty, staff, students, and parents. Make sure I got all of the George family. Did I get Matt Brown? I'm so sorry. I wanted to make sure I thought it. Welcome to Mr. Matt Brown. And I got him next. Okay. Now, I'd like to welcome Mr. Jim Lewis, the former principal of George Elementary, to the stage with me. To my
First of all, I want to say thank you for this invitation. Nothing has changed. What a wonderful spirit and what good looking group of students and what fine listeners you are. In 1991, Dr. Rollins gave me a call and asked if I would come and interview. And I was very, very eager to do that. And through that process, I was fortunate enough to be selected to be the principal of George Elementary School, which was opened in the fall of 1992. The first hire was a young teacher by the name of Janet Harris, and she was our first assistant principal. And Janet and I, Mrs. Harris and I got busy on weekends assembling one of the best staffs I think that might have ever been assembled. We realized that, and Dr. Rollins always said these things, you're never as good as your staff. You put good people around you, and good things happen. But the climate that we wanted to set was the most important. And Dr. Brady and I sensed that here. A student-centered school, a place where children wanted to come to learn, where parents wanted to send their children, and they were learning. That's why I said nothing's changed. But in the fall of 1992, Dr. Rollins brought me to his office and said, well, we've got a bit of a problem. The construction has been delayed, and you have an option of starting school at the rodeo center, or you can occupy part of the building. All I could think of was that rodeo center was one big open space, and your voice just echoed forever. And I asked, you just get us in the front part of the building. So we occupied just the front. I'm assuming that's K through 2 maybe, K through 2 still, and that's the only space that we had for several months. Meals were served in the classroom. We had a gravel road leading into the school. But what we had was a lot of assets. One, a great administration, a lot of support. We had a group of parents that literally just rolled up their sleeves and helped us put the library together and made sure that on those early days that the students were brought in safely. I really remember those parents being a big asset to our school. And I'm sure that hasn't changed. But we brought the students in. I don't remember any complaints. We were happy to be here. And slowly the building became available to us, and we occupied the whole building.
So we're just going to show you a few pictures from back then, and that year, Dr. Rollins was Superintendent of the Year in 1992. See a picture in the far right corner? And Mr. Lewis, you recognize any of those alumni? We have alumni who come back and take pictures on our playground when they graduate.
It's a little difficult to see, but I would love to see them.
Okay, and the bottom picture is just of the groundbreaking for our gym. And these are some of the special events from the sock off to what's happening in the bottom right corner there.
Well, again, we couldn't occupy the building, so open house was held at Tyson Park, and we had a big barbecue, those type of things, and class lists were nailed to trees, if I remember right. Because we didn't have a school building. But it all worked. The teachers were there, and they huddled with parents and met their students, and I think we continued that. I don't think we got away from that.
These are just a few more pictures. I wanted to take a minute to have you look at the bottom of the screen. Mrs. Karen Pierce was one of our teachers here that Mr. Lewis hired, our music teacher, fabulous music teacher. And then we would like to take a minute to tell about what she started at Georgia that is still happening today.
Karen Pierce was by far the best music teacher I've ever worked with. It wasn't just her spirit, but it was the way she went about her work. We all have so many hours in the day, it seemed like she had more than anybody else. She put together the Jammin George Giants, which I understand you still have, and I'm looking forward to hearing. And that would just set the climate anytime we would come into this cafeteria. She had a chorus, a select chorus, but she could not leave one child behind, so she had another chorus on top of that. She wanted every student that wanted to be in a chorus to be in a chorus. Karen, I don't know if I should tell this, but I'm going to. She had one of these minds that really wrestled with the schedule. It may have been a little bit self-serving, but she learned that she could put that master schedule together, and after about 4 or 5 years, I let her. And she could figure it out. And then after we get going and we needed to modify and adjust, I took the schedule to her. But she was tremendous, and I'm glad that she has left a legacy of Georgia Elementary.
And I'd like to recognize Karen's mother, who's here today, Mrs. Judy Austin. So now you are going to get to hear the Jammin George Giants still going strong after 25 years. Kids, please make your way up to the stage. And while they make their way up to the stage, right after they finish, we're going our MCs, very special people, Mrs. Sue Wood, Miss Debbie Little, who started this school. Sue is our instructional facilitator here today, and Miss Debbie Little is our cafeteria manager. They are going to come up on the stage right after our Jammin trying to play and lead you in the program today. Yes, please watch Mrs. Jamie Kane, our fabulous music teacher. We need to lift the screen. Watch the Jammin shine. Here we go. Because it was all dirt and we had all this construction equipment, it was muddy, and you couldn't go out to read the classroom. You could see
They had marked where the chalkboard was supposed to be, but there was no chalkboard either.
And the classrooms were supposed to have ceiling fans in the ceilings, and all they had was wires hanging down.
In fact, it's the same ceiling fans you have now. Those things are 25 years old. That's a pretty good ceiling fan. Okay, we have another fact. 1 year only. 1 year. First year. Yes, we had kindergarten. But look on the screen. We had first grade, second grade, third grade, fourth grade, fifth grade, and sixth grade. Sixth grade. If you're sitting over here and you were one of our sixth grade teachers, wave to them. Look, they taught sixth grade at George Elementary. Okay, now something very special.
Just as I came in this morning, these young people lined in front of me and all the way around. And I got to speak to them and smile at them, and they smile back beautifully. Those are the memories that I have 25 years ago and every day since. Some of the most beautiful children you would ever see. Students at George Elementary School, please give yourself a hand. Will you do that for me? George is one of our greatest schools. It has been since the very beginning. And so what makes a great school? As I said, obviously, great young people, great students are at the center of all of our work. But listen very carefully. What makes a great school? Great teachers, great principals, a strong curriculum that those teachers and the principals have put together so that they can teach and be those foundations of a great education. And then that fourth piece that I want to talk about a lot in my remarks this morning is partnerships. Partnership, what does that mean? It means people from all backgrounds, all parts of the community coming together and supporting our students, supporting our teachers, supporting our principals to help make our schools great. Gary, I'll never forget it. I will never forget those days that we talked about the possibility of this great school. Gary and Mr. Jammin would invite me to the office and we'd have those conversations together, and we'd talk about an opportunity. And when the family was prepared and ready, I said, we just want to be a part. We want to give back to the school system. We want to give back to the community of Springdale that means so very much to us. And they did. Those are memories that stay with the young superintendent through his whole career. This great family has been an inspiration to me. They've been an inspiration to our teachers and all of our partners into this community as a whole. Because, what? They just want to help. And so thank you, Gary and Robin and the George family. Thank you all so much. So, Carl, thank you. We appreciate that very much. Y'all did pretty well, even giving up your field. I remember those days, fun days, to see a great family being a part of the community of Springdale. So, today's a celebration. It's a celebration of a great school. It's a celebration of a great team here at George Elementary School. It's a celebration of a team, really, that's been a model of excellence every day that it's been here. I have to tell you about Mr. Lewis. I love Mr. Lewis. He was a great leader in our school system, a great contributor that Nelda and I talked about coming in today. Jim, I think she came back just to kind of help get you through, to tell you the truth. But I think we're going to I hope we're going to hear a little bit of his rendition a little later in the program this morning. But I'd walk into the school, probably checking on some of those things y'all were talking about, and I'd hear this guy on the microphone, and he was just singing his heart out. The kids were loving it, and they were clapping along. They loved the song. I loved the song too. I think we all did. Always at the center of his work were the students. It was always students first. What can we do? How can we bring the school together? Once the school was kind of put in place, then how can we improve and improve and improve? I want to thank you for that. Give Mr. Lewis a hand. Will you do that for me? Students, I don't know if you know this, but I know the teachers in this school know this. Dr. Freeman was one of the finest teachers I've ever known. Just a phenomenal teacher who inspired her children, who was a leader in whatever building she was in, a great leader at the district level to help us really focus on literacy and numeracy and really the social well-being of our children. Those are the elements that make this school system great today. You know, not only was she a great teacher, but she wanted to work and influence and help a broader group of teachers herself. And so she's been a phenomenal leader in this school, really across the district prior to. And just this year, we're able to celebrate her being recognized as the State Elementary Principal of the Year. Please thank Dr. Freeman for that. But at the heart of it all is a team devoted to teaching each of you to the highest possible level. And I look around this room and I see the great teachers here. And Sue talked about being here for 25 years. Well, I've got to tell you, Superintendent, 25 years to me seemed like yesterday. Gary, I can't believe the time span. It's just a blink. But the great teachers that have been here, and Sue, thank you for your great leadership. Diane Kellogg, so many others that I know personally and I've just seen give heart and soul. I'm so proud of our teachers, and I thank you for that work. So, let's think about it this way. If 25 years has been a blink, and if George Elementary has been a great leader in our school system for that period of time, what will tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow look like? I don't know, but it's fun to think about what it can look like. There are some things that I do know. I know the work of this school will always, students, be about you. It will always be about each of you and helping you understand who you are and helping you understand the great potential and promise that each of you represent. And if we, as a staff, can do our work well, then I think you're going to learn more and more about the great potential that each of you have. So I look forward to the work that's coming forward. Some things that I know that we're very interested in is helping you understand who you are and who you can become, and then what you can do with all those things. Gary would tell me from the business perspective that what the world is interested in, students, is what you can do with your learning. I was at a middle school yesterday. They took me to a music room. So what can you do with your learning? And they wanted to teach me how to play different instruments. Wow, was that fun? I saw our Jammin giants up here this morning, and I'm thinking about those lessons they taught me yesterday. Do you understand what makes up the background of music and the notes and the skill set and all those things that go into playing instrumentation? Dr. Cleveland's son wanted to teach me how to play a snare drum. Jared, that was quite a little deal for sure. So again, we want you to learn how to read and write and think and analyze. We want you to learn how to create and do things with the things that you learn. We are really changing the educational system in our schools today to get more at that very element. So again, constantly learn and enjoy the learning. If I use the term whimsy, raise your hand if you know what whimsy is. Anybody know what whimsy is? Oh, I see a few. Very good. Well, at the heart of all that is enjoying your learning, to have fun as you go, to make every day a beautiful experience where you give your best effort, learn the most, become the best that you can be. And I want to tell you, we've got almost 600 kids in the room today. Here's some things that I want you to think about. Listen very closely to me. We all need you to be a good example. Those kids on each side of you and behind you and in front of you, they need you to be a George Giant. They need you to think and to plan and to make good decisions and be a good example for everybody else so that we can all go forward and be the very best that we can be. You know, that's the kind of heritage that Mr. Jammin wanted for each of you. And teachers, I would say to you, I share a very personal experience. That's the kind of investment. That's the kind of confidence that he had in us. That's the kind of confidence that this family has in us. And we would put every child first. And we would help them reach their true potential and promise. And that we could do all that we can to help them shape a great future. Today is our 25th birthday. I can only imagine what our 26th and 27th and 28th and 29th and 30th might become. This is the greatest profession in the world because we have the opportunities, team, to work with great young people that help them shape a great future, just like you do every day. Thank you all. Happy birthday, Gene George Elementary.
Mr. Gary George, would you please come up to the stage?
Annette wanted me to say a few things, and I'm going to keep it short, but I'm going to also kind of go off script here. I had 4 kids. 2 of them are here, 2 of them aren't. They had some other things they couldn't get out of. I don't ever remember them sitting on the floor as good as you all are sitting. Stand up about 30 seconds. Thank you very much. If we had some music, they could dance for everybody. Okay, I guess better sit back down. Jim and Annette brought up a lot of memories for me. And Jim, I hadn't remembered about that meeting until you brought it up. But when you brought it up, my memory gets pretty good. And Annette, what you said about Dad delivering a speech, you kind of told me yesterday somewhat of what he said, and I kept thinking, well, what am I going to say? Because I kept coming back to the same things that my dad said a few years ago. And the first is be honest. Be honest with your parents. Be honest with your school teachers. Be honest with your classmates. I learned through life, if you're honest, it may not be good once you come out and say it, but it'll be a lot easier in the long run. So kids, that and in work and in your whole life, just be honest and have that integrity. And Annette said, my dad said, work hard. He worked very hard. I think I worked hard. I don't think I worked as hard as he did, but I think I worked hard. But you say, well, gosh, that's in the future. You know, I'm a long time. I've got to go to school. Well, no, school needs to be work. You need to set your work ethic in school. For some of you, it may be easier than others. I wasn't one of the fortunate ones. It was a little harder for me. But set that work ethic now, and it will pay off for you in the future. And the only other thing I really want to say, and to me this is probably the most important thing that I can tell you in business and when you get to work, whatever profession that you may get into, is get along with people. And you can start that now. You all may have, you know, I was your age once, and I can remember not getting along with some classmates and all of that, and it just goes through life. But I can also remember, and I'll never forget it, and I say it every once in a while now, my dad had a knack. He would stay in the office till 6 or 7 o'clock at night talking to anyone that wanted to talk to him. I did not inherit that near like he did. I sometimes work on that. Well, I work on it a lot. But getting along with people, and start that now, will make you as successful in life, in my opinion, as anything you can do. We all have different opinions. We all have our favorite people over here and our friends and everything. But start right now, because it'll help you in junior high, it will help you in senior high, it will help you going to college, and every one of you all need to go to college. And that's when I really had to start getting along with people, living with somebody that I never lived with before, that wasn't in my house. Now, it was hard to get along with my sister every once in a while, but and she would be here, Jim, but they were scheduled out of town because I always wanted to get to school early, from elementary on, and she always thought she had to fix her hair. And so we always were fighting over that, but that's not very much to fight over. But just get along with the person sitting next to you and keep that in your mind forever. Jim, it's a great day. Annette, thank you for inviting us. I tried to kind of get something out of you yesterday, and I couldn't get it out of you. And you said, well, you all had called somebody. I don't know who it was, if it was Julie or Rick. I have no idea, but they said, well, we'll just do it. So I kept trying to say, well, what do you need? And she never would be specific. Well, I think you need some seat here for one thing. But I'm just going to leave it that you need to just bill us for $25,000 and get what you need. Thank you for having me.
Kids, you know how we've been Kids, you know how we've been trying to get new playground equipment? If we need new swings. The George family just donated. They just donated money so that we can have swings on our playground and more playground equipment. Let's just give them a big George Giant cheer. And George family, I have cards ready for you for your foundation donation a few weeks ago of $13,000 for swings. And I have thank you notes for you. I'll get it. I don't think any of my kids have ever seen me speechless. Thank you.
They haven't seen me speechless, but I'm close too.
Thank you, Mr. Rollins, and thank you, George family. We have one student that was here in 1992. She was a 6th grader, and she now is our cafeteria manager, and she helps the kids every day scan their cards and get through so they can get lunch. Heather, would you say hi?
She was one of our students. Officer Tejada. Officer Tejada, are you in here? Okay, one of our Springdale police women was at George when we started in 1992, and she was going to try to be here today. Now, over the years, we've only had 2 principals in 25 years. That's pretty amazing. For the last 15 years, wonderful Dr. Freeman, Arkansas Principal of the Year, and Mr. Lewis. Mr. Lewis, where are you? He was also Arkansas Principal of the Year. Little birdie told me no school has ever had both principals to be Arkansas Principal of the Year. And Dr. Rollins mentioned it. Come on up, Mr. Lewis. Every single morning, he led us over the intercom and we sang a song, and he's going to teach it to you all.
Seems like I get requested to do this quite often, and I'm always happy to do it. A little backstory. Years ago, I used to teach kindergarten. Back then, there was no music for the kindergartners. The music was provided by the teacher. They did not leave the classroom. So I would go through a series of songs. This was one of them, but there were several, along with some patriotic songs. But that's how we started our day. Later, I became a principal, and the mornings are hectic. They get busy, and you're running, and you're sometimes putting out fires, not literally, just things happen. And one day, I had a big sigh, and I began to sing on the intercom. Now, this was in Cabot, Arkansas, and I felt so good afterwards. What it did was it calmed me. It settled me, and that just became a tradition that I brought to George Elementary School. This song is called See the Sun, and I want you to look at the chorus, because students, let's just go through it real quick so that when I get there, you can help, okay? Because this doesn't work if I don't get your help. All right, at the chorus, at the bottom, it goes something like this. It's a beautiful day for running in the sun, a beautiful day that's just begun, a beautiful day to do what you want to do. It's a beautiful day just to be alive, a beautiful day, so glad that I've got a beautiful day, and I want to share it with you. Now the second time we go, yeah. Now, do you think you can help me? Okay, I have confidence in you. Here we go. At the top, see the sun shining in the window. Time to start a new day. Can't you hear the songbirds singing? God, sing out loud and say it's a beautiful day for running in the sun. A beautiful day that's just begun. A beautiful day to do what you want to do. It's a beautiful day just to be alive. A beautiful day, so glad that I've got a beautiful day, and I'd like to share it with you. Yeah! You did great!
If you used to teach at George, you're a former George teacher, wave to the audience. Look at all of those fabulous teachers. If you are a former, not you all, you used to go to school at George, or you're a former George parent, wave to us. Look, thank you so much. If you are a former administrator, some of our teachers have become administrators, and then they've left us, and they're principals and assistant principals elsewhere, or work downtown in the district, wave to us. Look at all that, all came from George. And a very special lady sitting on the front row, and I know Mr. Lewis and all of us 25 years ago would say this school would not have made it those first couple months without our first registrar in the office, Miss Nelda Netherton. And students, you all know we could not make it every day without our fabulous current George teachers. Wave to them. George staff, wave to them. And of course, looking at about 600-ish wonderful students right now. You wave to them. George students. Awesome. Listen to Miss Little. We have one or two more facts.
Okay, did you know that when we started back in 1992, that kindergarten was only half a day? We had kindergarten students in the morning class, and then in the afternoon kindergarten class, it was a whole new group of students. So they didn't go all day like they do now.
And another really special fact, you all know we have some fabulous interns from the University of Arkansas every year. But did you know that that started with Mr. Lewis calling the university and saying, we need to partner, and we've had interns for the last 24 years. George interns, we love you, wave to us. Thank you.
Okay, 25 years ago, when this school first started, we had to choose a mascot. The teachers put in names that they thought might work, and we had things like George Gorillas, George Goats, George Gophers, George Gazelles, and we finally ended up with the George Giants. Okay, we are going to call up 5th grade with their time capsule item that they're going to put in the time capsule. Okay, what is a time capsule? Okay, boys and girls, a time capsule. These are things that we know today. We're going to put in this box, and we're going to seal it, and we're not going to open it for 25 years. So the kids 25 years from now will be able to see what things that we know about here in 2017.
So you can come back in 25 years and watch us open it. Go ahead and put it in there. 4th grade, come on up, 4th grade.
Okay, while 4th grade is coming up, let's get 3rd grade on their way.
Come on. Okay, what is it? Looks like it's
What you need to know about 2017.
2017. Here, go ahead and put it in there. I see a Rubik's Cube. I see Netflix, all kinds of awesome things. Here comes 3rd grade.
3rd grade, we gave all the students, they wrote a poem to kind of reflect on how they were students. Kind of how to reflect on how they were students in the years and how they grew up. And I'm just going to read one really quick. All right. So it says, I used to like the book Pete the Cat. Now I'm interested in books like Harry Potter. I used to be funny. Now I'm funny in a different way. I used to want to grow up to be a doctor for fun. Now I want to grow up and be a doctor because I want to save people's lives.
Wow, that's awesome. While 2nd grade's coming up, I'm going to peek to see what 5th grade put in here. I can't see it. I don't know where I'll be in 25 years. Oh, awesome. It's a rock with all their thumbprints. So cool. You all come back in 25 years. All right, 2nd grade, what do you have?
All right, we have all made collages, each one of our classes, of 25 pictures for our 25 students, and 25 of our favorite places around the school. So there's the gym, there's the cafeteria, the rock climbing wall, what else?
In the hallway.
In the hallway, you know, just fun things that they remember about George Elementary School. So we've got these.
Okay, 1st grade.
Hi, everybody. I am so excited to share with you some great ideas that some of our first graders and even some second graders shared with us. We asked our students to think about what their life will be like in 25 years. This is not a surprise, but our children will still like pizza. They will still like candy. But sorry, moms, they do not want to clean their rooms. And they will not want to be romantic.
No way.
But the exciting news for me when I was looking at this, especially for my coworkers, ladies and gentlemen, we truly touch the world. Our students want to travel to places such as India, Mexico, Brazil, California, and even some will stay here in Springdale. So I just want to remind everybody that we really do touch the entire world. First and second grade.
Thank you. And here comes kindergarten.
We make self-portrait scrolls. So when they come back in 25 years, they can open up and remember what they looked like.
Wonderful. That'll be like, where were you in 2017? Right here.
Okay, we have some teachers in the building and our art teacher that has created a mural for us. That's Miss Ramsey, Miss Walls, and Miss Davis.
All right, boys and girls. So the committee to plan this event was about 10 people. And we all sat around the table and said, what do we want to do to commemorate the 25 years we've been here? We all decided we wanted to do something that reflected our work that we do here at George. And Mrs. Kaur, you kind of summed it up perfectly. Our motto, which, guys, a motto is not just a silly saying we say. A motto is a pledge. Our motto says we're holding the world's future. And we've been thinking about that and like, what does that mean? Guys, everybody hold up your hand. Those sweet, precious little hands that you guys all have, you guys take it out and you change the world. And there's 600 students in this room, and think about all the students in 25 years, how many students that is that have gone out and they've changed the world. So we wanted to do something that represented that change that our students make. And so we got together with a lot of people, and Ms. Ramsey's going to go through that list of everyone who helped us out. And we put our heads together, and then we took our ideas to Ms. Davis, and she was like, okay guys, this is like a crazy big project, but she made it work, and she took it and said, let's do this, and I think it ended up being phenomenal. So Ms. Ramsey's going to take a minute and say thank you to all the people who helped us. If she calls your name, will you please stand up and wave at us so that all the kids can see the hard workers who helped us out. All right, boys and girls, like Ms. Wall said, a lot of people put their minds together to come up with what we were going to do to commemorate these 25 years of our school. And so I want to give a big thank you to, of course, Ms. Davis, who, without her vision, this would not have come together. Yes, and the hours and hours that she put into this project. We also want to say a huge thank you to Ms. A, because she cut out all of your handprints. We want to say thank you to Ms. Strobe for helping us glue together the mural so that you can see the beautifulness that it is. And we want to say thank you to all of our family literacy moms because they helped us paint hands and put the handprints together. So thank you so much. And then last but not least, our wonderful Encore staff for being flexible with us and helping us come take your students from your classroom to paint their hands. We could not have done this without all of you. And then of course to our wonderful students for letting us, for helping us leave your print on this school. You guys can give yourself a hand too. And I just want to say one more thing. So you guys all know Miss Walls and Dr. Freeman, we were in New Zealand last week. And about this day, last week in New Zealand, Mrs. Davis sent me a picture of what it looked like. And we were in a school visiting kids like you from across the world, and we were having such a great time. But the moment I opened that picture up and showed it to Dr. Freeman, like tears started pouring down her face, and she said, "That's it, we're ready to go home." And we were so happy to come home to our beautiful children, because we know, guys, what we do here at George, what the teachers do, what the staff does, what you do, like Dr. Rollins said, guys, you're going to use your learning to go out and change the world. So I want everybody to turn around, and Coach Hankins and Ms. Davis, would you please unveil our project?
Students, look this way. Okay, the choir is going to come on up. And our last fact, we are actually famous at George Elementary because they made a Disney movie. Springdale, it's the chicken capital of the world. We had a man dressed in a chicken costume, parachute right out there on the turnaround. So watch that movie at the beginning and you are seeing George Elementary, and all of us watched it. It was really cool.
Okay, we have Jamie Kane. Our music teacher will be presenting our honor choir.
That was absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Thank you, everyone, for coming to our celebration today. Students, please stay seated. We'd like for all of our guests to please make your way to the library for a reception, and then also please feel free to wander through the halls and see the school and teachers, see your old classrooms. Thank you, everyone.